We are on our way to climb at the Bolton Dome, do a couple of routes up at the main wall, one of my favorite areas to climb. The Bolton Dome is a climbing area in Bolton, Vermont that was opened in 2019, and it has since become Vermont's most popular climbing area. Probably the thing that sets the Bolton Dome apart from any other cliff in Vermont is that it has a little bit of everything. So it's a great diversity of resources and it's super accessible. So a really short hike and easy parking make it, a place that a lot of people can enjoy. There's a route right behind me called Be Gay Do Crime. It's a really cool puzzle problem, intricate sequences, delicate footwork, really small holds. It is the perfect combination of like physicality and like a mental puzzle finding adventure.
I'd like to just continue to be able to express myself as best as I can in history. I feel like I have a lot of work to do still. I'm a student of the drums. And I'm also a teacher of the drums too.
Juices of human beings, that which assimilates.
What a brilliant route. Not to toot my own horn, but where else in the world can you buy farm fresh eggs at your local crag? Huh? Come on. It's the best place in the world. I find climbing an interesting challenge because it offers an opportunity to provide a challenging way to stay safe. I'm not somebody who enjoys being in dangerous situations. I very rarely, if ever, put myself in situations where I actually think I could get hurt. But I do like that it offers an opportunity to be in control of the actual danger that I'm putting myself in, for the most part. And so slowly working up to those challenges carefully and like in controlled ways is what keeps me coming back to it. By far the most important project I've ever been a part of was a route called Wheelin' and Dealin'. It was really important to me both because of what it represented to me as a person and also as a climber. So it is a really difficult route. It's 513C. It's also rated R, which refers to the danger or the alleged danger of the route. The difficulty it is to protect it safely. So it's a climb that was on the edge of what I'm capable of physically, and then for the non-climber, essentially every time you fail, you get to take a 35-foot fall. But the protection was really small, and it's a really committing route to perform at the max of what you're able to do physically, while also facing the fact that the gear needs to be placed really specifically in order to work properly. Another important piece to any project that I've been a part of has been the person that I'm projecting with, or my belayer in this case. You especially need a lot of trust if the route you're climbing is really dangerous. So having a belayer that you can really trust with your life essentially becomes really important. My belayer for Whelan and Dylan was my friend Siraj, who was really important to me, both for his physical climbing abilities and for his technical abilities as a safe belayer, but also as a support and a person that I could talk about the project with. Siraj was also working on the climb with me, and he also got it a week after me, which was so inspiring to watch and to be a part of. But a part of my climbing that I have really struggled with has been accessing aggression and accessing anger, and specifically in the ways that I think a lot of climbers climb with a conqueror's mentality, kind of this colonial idea that like you need to defeat the rock, and that's not the relationship that I have with rock climbing. To me, a rock climb is an opportunity to express yourself, and the rock is gifting us the experience of being allowed or being able to climb it. And I was talking to Siraj about this problem on the way to the cliff one day, and he gave me the most incredible words to describe the way he approaches it, which is that the battle we have on the rock is not with the rock. Like we're not at war with the rock. We're at war with ourselves, and the rock is just a venue for that. And when I heard those words, it struck through me. I related to it so strongly because it gave me an opportunity to access anger and to access aggression in a way that was suddenly healthier than what I had been trying to access before. So he said something at the end that really connected it. He said, "No one doubts that you can do this climb." And he was wrong, because I was doubting that I could do it. And that day, I imagined myself going to battle with my doubts. This is like really cheesy. I imagined myself going to battle with my doubts, and I got at a high point that I had never reached before. And that day, I knew in my bones, like I was going to send the climb the next day, the next attempt that I had made, and that's exactly what happened. Probably the bigger reason why Whelan and Dylan is important to me has to do with my journey in my own gender and my own self. At the time I was projecting Whelan and Dylan, I knew that I would be starting my medical transition, which involves taking hormones and a lot of physical changes and emotional changes as well. The entire time I was projecting, I was convinced that the reason I wanted to get it done was because I wanted to complete the climb before incurring mental and emotional and physical changes. And pretty much immediately after, I realized that it was actually because I just wanted people to know that I was starting this new part of my life, and it kind of gave me a release and kind of permission to just go there. So that's what climbing means when it's able to gift you the experience of learning something else about yourself, or learning something else about the way that you interact with the natural world. And that's literally what Siraj did for me.